Hi guys, welcome back to Batman Arkham Asylum. Now I've got 2 Riddler challenges left, which I thought I'd record. There's one, they're both in the penitentiary, or I can never say that word. They're both in there. So the first one is this Chronicle of Arkham.
I am the spirit of Amadeus.
Oh, maybe I've got 3 left.
Even though Amadeus had long since passed, his spirit lived on, surviving, moving through the walls of his asylum. When it chose me, I felt proud. I was honored to continue his work, to cleanse this city. If you are strong-willed enough to follow my tales, you are strong-minded enough to deduce my identity. Come and find me, friend. Together, we will save Gotham.
Okay, so the next one is a Riddler trophy, which is up there. Now, I don't actually know. Ah, hang on. There's a vent thing there. So I wonder, can we get up anywhere that leads into a vent? There we go. Right, so yeah, I think this is the last one. I don't think I've got anything else to find, but I thought I'd record it because the Riddler might say something once we've completed all of his challenges. So here's the Riddler trophy.
What? You did it? You must have cheated. There is no way you could have beaten me. Well, you asked for it, Batman. My final challenge for the whole of Gotham is just seconds away. What? Sirens. The police. You cheated, Batman. You couldn't have outsmarted me. Police, open up! No. They should open the door now! No! Down on the ground! Down on the ground! No! Tell me, how did you work out where I was? Do you hear me? I, Edward Nigma,
So, the reason I guessed he was going to say something, this is the first time I've got 100%, was because when I was like 3 away, a thing came up saying you have cracked Edward Nigma, or the Riddler's location, decoding, sending it to the police. So I guessed, something's going to happen. So that's why I thought I'd record it. I just want to check, because I'm pretty sure there's a Chronicle of Arkham missing. No, because look, 240 out of 240. That's all of these. Yeah, we've got them all. So, the Spirit of Arkham, where is it? How do I change? No. Spirit of Arkham. Ah, here we go. Yeah, look, there's one missing. So where's number 24? Ah, hang on.
I am the...
Oh, no. Oh. Okay. I don't know where number 24 is, because I've done all the Riddler challenges. Look, 240 out of 240. So I'm just going to go and see if I can find it, and then we'll go through all the character bios and all the character trophies and that, and do that as part of this episode. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so... I've listened to all of the Chronicles of Arkham game, and I've done a little bit of giggling, I will admit, and basically you have to find out who has been sort of taking all of these Chronicles and who's been sort of reading all of them, and work it out, and then go to where they last were. Now, I don't know if you remember, but when you listen to the later Chronicles of Arkham, they're actually Warden Sharp. And the last place we saw him was when Harley Quinn took him, I think. And you've got Clayface in here as well. He was like Aaron Cash at one point. There we go. Look, who is he now? Yeah, look, he's Commissioner Gordon now. So that's Clayface in there. You can tell it's Clayface because there's no skeleton. But anyway, if you come up here and look, Batman, 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 and if we scan that, we've got the 24th one.
Sharp, the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. You have done well to decipher my story, and I pray it has helped you on your path. I trust that through my writings you will do what is right. Please, I implore you, continue my work. This city deserves a savior. Continue my work.
Right, so that's the spirit of Arkham. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come out of the main game, go back to the main menu. I'll just do all of this and hopefully it will save it. Maybe if I leave the room just to make sure. What I'm going to do is go back to the main menu and then we're going to go through all the character trophies, because I think it'd be quite nice to sort of look at the art and things that we've unlocked by completing all of the Riddler challenges. And then we'll look at the character bios as well, to understand a bit of the history and the lore of Batman. So there's the autosave thing. Just let it finish. There we go. So if we go back to the main menu. There we go. So 240, 20 out of 20, 42 out of 42. We're on 86% overall. But if we go into character trophies first of all, because I quite like to look at this art. Let's go all the way back. I'm guessing there's a beginning. Is there? Or maybe there's not a beginning. Anyway, Batman. I'm Batman. That's quite cool. I like we can turn it around and that's really cool. I like that. Look, there's even a cut on his leg. Has he got the cut on the cape? No. Okay, so that's Batman. Batman armor. Now that is so cool. I love that armor. When we used it in the challenge mode, like look at the neck and that. Like I think that's so cool. Who have we got next? The Joker. Yeah, see, I think they got the character design perfect for the Joker. Definitely my favourite Joker interpretation. Yeah, so good. And that smile, that look at that grin. How cool is that? So, Batman! Titan-powered Joker. That is just scary, and I think it's actually based on a comic. There's a story where the Joker takes some Titan or something, and he turns into this abomination. But look at that. How scary is that? Harley Quinn! That was awful. Yeah, don't do that. So there's Harley Quinn, and she's got her Warden Sharp name tag on. Yeah, so Harley Quinn. One of my favourite comic book characters. I love Harley Quinn. I think she's just... because she doesn't care, and she doesn't... she's just the perfect antagonist. All she wants to do is please the Joker. There's Poison Ivy. Another great character. I didn't know much about her, and as you know, I've been reading Hush. She's in that. There's a henchman on Titan. Now they're pretty big, aren't they? And pretty gross. Like, look at that face. Ugh. I love how even on the trophy, like the veins glow green with the Titan. Scarface. So yeah, that's the ventriloquist dummy. Look, every time that smile is perfect. I've got your scent, Batman. That was my terrible Killer Croc impression. But yeah, no, I love Killer Croc. I'm still not convinced on the casting choice in Suicide Squad for Killer Croc. Personally, I'd like somebody a bit taller. Like, look how big he is. They should have got like the Mountain from Game of Thrones or something like that. Somebody who's big. Boom. Yeah, that is just... look at that. Bruja? Doesn't he call Dr. Young? Oh, look. His spine's metal as well. So yeah, the Bane fights are always hard. So let's go down to the Scarecrow. One of my favourite villains in the DC universe and in, well, all comic book. Oh no, he hasn't got any shoes. Oh yeah, no shoes. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to play Arkham Knight where he's the main villain. Yeah, well, apart from the Arkham Knight himself. Victor Zsasz. He's just weird. I don't know much about him. I know he has a thing for murdering women, and every time he murders somebody, it's either every time he murders or every time he rapes them, a cut goes on his thing. I'm sure we'll find out in the character bios. Aaron Cash and guards. So Aaron Cash has a hook for a hand. I believe Killer Croc ate his hand. Kind of like a Captain Hook reference, I suppose. So yeah, let's go to the next one. Warden Quincy Sharp. Yeah, don't know what to say about him really. I'm sure he'll come back in Arkham City. Well, I know he comes back in Arkham City. He's not a warden anymore though. Commissioner Gordon. Now, I think that's a really cool character design, and it is very true to the comics, or certainly the ones I've seen. But Gary Oldman in the Dark Knight trilogy, I think he was a brilliant Commissioner Gordon all the way through, even in Dark Knight Rises, which was an okay film. Frank Bowles, with that scar on his eye. Yeah, not much to say about him. We lost him pretty early on in the main story. Arkham inmates, these guys were just so irritating. But look, they've all got six-packs. They're all insane, and yet they've all got six... Well, you can't tell on this guy because he's got a top on, but he's got a six-pack. Look at that. That's a better body than I've got. Anyway, let's... Blackgate prisoners. Those ruddy knife people. And guns. Oh, I hate guns so much. And I'm glad in Arkham City they brought in gun armour and melee armour. I liked that. The Batmobile. I think it's kind of based on the one from the animated series. It does look very similar. It's sort of like a Tim Burton, Val Kilmer and animated series sort of crossover, like with the wing down the middle. That's very much Val Kilmer. But then it looks like the Tim Burton one, and yeah. And the Batwing. I love how low it's even on a little stand. That's quite cool. Not really based on... Oh, look. Batman inside. Yeah, it's quite cool. So let's go to the character bios now. Because I think these are pretty interesting. So what have we got? Batman. When his parents were gunned down in front of him, young Bruce Wayne resolved to rid Gotham City of the criminal element that took their lives. He trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection, in addition to mastering martial arts, detective techniques, and criminal psychology. Dressing as a bat to prey on his criminal fears, Batman fights crime with the aid of specialised gadgets and vehicles operating out of a secret Batcave below Wayne Manor. Right, facts. Bruce Wayne, CEO, philanthropist. Is he a genius, billionaire, playboy philanthropist? Now that's the question. Blue eyes, like myself, 6'2", he's 2 inches taller than me, 210 pounds. Yeah, he's a bit bigger than me. First appearance, 1939. Wow. Attributes. Yeah, we won't go through the attributes. Let's go down, actually. We'll go down and along. Bruce Wayne, born into a wealthy Wayne family, Bruce Wayne has an idyllic childhood, although he was given a strong sense of justice by his moralistic and philanthropic parents, Thomas and Martha. After their violent murder at the hands of a mugger, Bruce dedicated his life to battling the criminal element that took their lives. He left Gotham for many years to train his mental and physical abilities across the globe, finally returning to take up the mantle of the Dark Knight. So they're the same as Batman, obviously. Right, Thomas and Martha Wayne. Thomas was a gifted surgeon, heir to the Wayne fortune, dedicated to philanthropy. He and his wife were well known and respected. Martha shared her husband's charitable nature and was dedicated to her son's upbringing. She was well regarded in Gotham, helped host lavish charity balls. Their tragic murder shook the city to its core and led to the years of urban blight. It also inspired their son Bruce to eventually become Batman. Thomas and Martha, Dr. Philanthropist. Gotham, blue-brown, black-brown. 6'1", 5'8", so I'm closer to the height of Thomas Wayne. I'm 6 foot, 180 pounds. It's a bit close. I'm still a bit less. 135 pounds. So yeah, let's go to the Joker. An insanely homicidal supervillain. The Joker's white skin, green hair, and blood-red lips belie the chaotic nature underlying his cartoonish appearance. The self-styled clown prince of crime has no superpowers beyond a capacity for incredible violence and a skill at creating deadly mayhem. He frequently concocts elaborate schemes to entrap his arch-nemesis, Batman. We don't know who he is. He's got about 16 different origin stories. He's 6 foot tall. I could play the Joker. 160 pounds. 1940 in the first issue of Batman. So that's interesting. So yeah, that's quite an interesting one. Oracle. So we know this is Barbara Gordon. She wasn't allowed to join the GCPD by her father. She became Batgirl, but then she got shot by the Joker, so she's now in a wheelchair. She became Oracle, now aids Batman. So yeah, she's really useful, like in all the games. Information broker. Okay. Blue eyes, red hair, 5'11", 126 pounds, 1967. Okay, that's quite late, I suppose. What was that? 39, 67. Yeah, about 28 years. Right, let's see who we got next. Alfred. Alfred Pennyworth, after a varied career, was employed as the Wayne family butler. Alfred raised the young orphan and reluctantly aided him in his quest to become the Batman. His many skills range from cooking to medicine, making Batman's staunchest ally, along with the formal demeanour that grounds the Dark Knight and deflects those who might otherwise suspect Bruce Wayne's true identity. Alfred Pennyworth, valet, Gotham City, blue, black, 6 foot, 160 pounds, 1943. Ooh. Right, who have we got next? Warden Sharp. 3 years he's been running Arkham Asylum, dedicated his life to restoring the sanity of the so-called supervillains. He wants to become the next mayor, which leads into Arkham City. Yeah. Quincy Sharp, Warden, blue, grey, 5'8", 190 pounds. Batman Arkham Asylum 2009. So he was a new character that was made for the games. That's interesting. I didn't know that, actually. Commissioner Gordon, dedicated his career to cleaning up the corruption in the GCPD. He's doing very well. He's been equally tough on crime. He's forged an uneasy alliance with Batman. James Gordon, Commissioner, blue, white, formerly brown, 6 foot, 180 pounds, 1939. So he was around the same time as Batman. Aaron Cash. One of the most senior and respected guards at Arkham. He's only afraid of Killer Croc, who bit off his hand. Brown, black, 6 foot, 185. 2003, so he's a fairly new character as well. Frank Bowles. 8 years he's been working at Arkham. He's been suspended for drinking on the job twice. He holds poker evenings. He's desperate to be the top, but he fails. He can recognise that he is considered untrustworthy and disliked. His first appearance was in the game or the comic that coincided with the game, or either of the two. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't realise there were new characters in this. Penny Young, brilliant student who was bred to do anything. She's built a reputation for being cold and calculating and only focused on the project at hand. She was hired to head up the research department. Penelope Young. Oh, she's new to this as well. That's interesting. There's lots of new characters. Mr. Zass. Here we go, right. Became a serial killer. Indiscriminate in his prey. Body count is the only thing that matters. Oh, okay, so it's not just anybody. I thought it was women and prostitutes and that, but that must be somebody else. Victor Zass, professional criminal, 5'8", 1992, so he's quite a new one. Uh-oh. Right, Killer Croc. Born with a rare mutation that made his skin green and scaly and grew his body to grotesque proportions, Waylon Jones was raised by an alcoholic aunt and bullied relentlessly. He briefly worked as a carnival freak. His misanthropy grew, as did his bestial nature, pushing him into a life of crime. He becomes a more bestial foe, increasingly detached from humanity. Waylon Jones, alligator wrestler, gangster, and murderer. Wow. Alligator wrestler, that's cool. Yellow eyes, no hair, 11 feet tall. That's what I'm talking about. 11 feet tall. And you've got somebody who, I think he's only like 5'11". Like, that's shorter than me. Like, come on. Like, 11 feet. Like, they should get a massive guy to play him. 1984, though, that's quite interesting. That's quite late as well. Another Peter Pan reference. So here's one of my favourites. The Riddler. With an obsessive-compulsive need for attention, Edward Nygma is determined to be the most outlandish of Gotham City's criminals, concocting an elaborate series of clues and riddles around his crimes. Batman has proven a worthy opponent, capable of deducing the Riddler's plans, but Nygma is dedicated to creating a mystery the Dark Knight will not be able to solve in time. So, obviously, the police arrested him earlier in this episode. He got released, which you found out in that last patient interview tape that we picked up. And then Arkham City, he's in there, and that's how you find him. Eddie Nashton, aka Edward Nygma, professional criminal, Gotham City, blue eyes, brown hair, 6'1". I'm a little bit too short, but I can pull that off. Detective Comics number 140. I've decided if I go to a convention, which I'd really like to do, I'm going to go as the Riddler, because I reckon I could pull it off. Because I think it's quite interesting, especially to learn sort of the history of them and that. Or certainly for me, and like I don't know how many YouTubers have done it, so quite nice if you haven't played the game to be able to see it and learn a bit more about Batman's lore. Botanist Pamela Isley is transformed by a science experiment gone wrong. Instead of blood, she has chlorophyll. She can seduce people because of her pheromones. She's got a thing for plants. So yeah. Pamela Lillian Isley, professional criminal, green, red, 5'8", 1966. So she was quite an early one actually, which is cool. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As I said, in the next one we'll do all of the rest of these people. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.